Hey guys, what's up and welcome to my channel. I want to say welcome to another video because I've already filmed a few, but I've been looking back at them and they are cringe, painfully awkward. Like, I don't want to post them. So this will probably end up being my actual first video on my channel. I'm really excited to finally be doing this. I have wanted to make videos for a really long time and I've just never gotten the balls to do it, and now I'm here and we're doing it. I feel like when I was like 15 and I was really starting to get into makeup, people like me weren't really out there, and if they were, I couldn't really find them. So I'm here for all the 15-year-old me's who are late to the makeup game, maybe not, that just want like a real tutorial. Here I am. Everything I'm gonna use is something that I swear by. If someone was like, if I could get one of blank kind of product, what would it be? It's gonna be what I'm gonna show you guys when I'm using it today, which I think is awesome. And I really wanted someone who would do that for me when I was 15. So the very first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually do a little, it's the middle of the afternoon, it's actually about 5 o'clock right now. So I'm gonna do a little spritz to my face to kind of give it a little life. So what I'm gonna use is the Pearl Essence Aloe and Rose Water Spray. This has been so amazing for my skin. It has been really good for me to use during the summer when my face gets a little sweaty, as they all do, and a little oily around the edges. So this has been really good. I'm not even ashamed. I got this at TJ Maxx for like $8. So I'm gonna give my face like a little light mist. I definitely got that one in my mouth. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna use like a little roller over my face that's just gonna kind of help prep my, it's just gonna kind of help prep my face. I have this roller, also got it at TJ Maxx. I think it was like $8 as well. And I'm gonna use the fat end and I'm just gonna do a quick little roll. So I've got that started. The next thing I usually do is I will prep my lips before I do anything so it has time to soak in before I put my lipstick on. So my lips, I always feel, are really thin, which is something I'm insecure about in this day and age. I know I shouldn't be, but I am. So I use the Too Faced lip injection, and I don't use a ton of it. I'm gonna be real, this doesn't like plump up your lips. You're not gonna get like Kylie Jenner status. It's just gonna be enough to kind of bring them to life. So now I'm gonna start with primer. So the primer that I use right now is the POREfessional Benefit Primer. I have big pores right here and right here, and I might be the only person that can see them, but it drives me nuts when I can see them in my makeup. And I really feel like this helps me to not see them as much. So I take, just on my I just use my fingers. I just wash my hands. Wash your hands first, kids. I take about this much for my whole face, and then I just kind of dab it out on my face, get it like out evenly, and just kind of start rubbing it in. I make sure that I get it over those areas where I feel like my pores are extra big, because I want to make sure that those areas are well primed and that they are ready for my makeup. Okay, so while I have my primer setting, I do my eye look first. Otherwise, I make a mess of my foundation right in this area, and I don't have one of those like pads you wear on your hand when you do your makeup. I don't have one. I do my eyes before I do my foundation, and I feel like that process has been like tried and true for me. Absolutely, I wouldn't go back. So I use the Ulta Beauty matte eye primer in the color Nude. Then I just take an eyeshadow brush and I kind of spread it out. Alright, so I've got the eye primer on. Next, what I'm actually going to do while that kind of dries and sets is I'm gonna do my eyebrows real quick. My eyebrows are like a good shape. They just need a lot of help in the color department. So what I use is a combination of two products. The first one that I use is the Pixi Natural Brow Duo. And this one is the color Deep Brunette because it matches my natural hair. I just had my hair colored today, so when I do my brows that color, that's what looks best. So I use the pencil and I don't use the gel end of this. So I use the pencil end and I just kind of lightly color in my brow. I don't worry about it being too dark. I don't worry about the shape being too perfect yet. So I'm just gonna take and lightly color in my brow. Now that I have my brow lightly colored in with a pencil, I am going to use the Benefit Gimme Brow Plus. My eyebrows are just so light that I have to have both or I look ridiculous in about 2 hours when one of them fades off. Okay, so now we're gonna really dive into eyes. The colors, the techniques, colors and techniques that I use are definitely something I have tried over and over and over again, and I do the same look a lot. So these are things I know work for me. So if you are someone who's not good at like visualizing colors, here's my tip, my like normal person, not makeup professional tip. So you're gonna need a little bit of room on whatever surface you're working with. What I do is, so I have my jar of brushes right here. So I take all of my shadow brushes, all of them that I have that are an option to use. So obviously I don't want to use the one I used for my primer because that one is dirty. So I just take literally all of them and I lay them out on the counter. And then, so I have this little pile of palettes that I love, and I take these. I know which palettes have the colors I like. I know that there's a couple palettes that have colors I like. One of them is the classic Naked Urban Decay palette. Brunch Date is definitely one with some great nude colors. This one is from ColourPop, like this one as well. And we've got the Nightingale Pretty Vulgar palette. This one's a solid choice. It has, first of all, it has a huge mirror, like the size of that mirror. And then it just has such beautiful nudes in it. So I've got my 3 palettes picked out over here. I've got the classic Naked palette, and then I've got my Nightingale palette, and I've got my Brunch Date palette. I was so excited when ColourPop announced that they were going to be doing a collaboration with Zoella. Zoella is easily one of the, she is the first beauty person I ever watched on YouTube. She's really the reason I got into makeup. She doesn't really make beauty videos anymore, unfortunately. She's kind of gone a different way, but if you want like good regular makeup, kind of like what I do, but on a little bit different scale, totally recommend her videos. They're a couple years old at this point, but still super great. She's nice, she's funny, recommend her. So when she did this, the brunch collaboration with ColourPop, I was really excited, and the palette is awesome and I love it. So there's a little plug for her if she ever happens to watch my videos. So I've got all my brushes here, I've got all my palettes here, so I can see everything. I'm not someone who can like pick them out. So we're gonna get started with this so that I stop talking. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit, this is the brand Cala, it's kind of a rounded brush like that, and I'm gonna get a highlight color popped on right under my brows. And it's this color right here called Champagne Toast. So I'm just gonna take this color and pop it on right under the brow. All right. That is a shimmery shade, and probably the only shimmery shade I use. If you're not into a shimmery shade, you don't have to use one, just something light to highlight under the brow bone. So the next color that I'm gonna use is going to be something very in the middle, something that's not crazy at all. So what I'm gonna use is the color Hide and Seek right here, this color from the Pretty Vulgar palette, and I'm gonna take a little bit of a smaller brush. I'm going to take a brush that's a little bit smaller. It's not angled, it's just a small round brush. And I apply that on the inside of my eye, really close to the corner. Alright, so I've got that on. The next color I'm going to do is something just to kind of start to blend out something a little bit darker. So I'm going to take another little round fluffy brush. I seriously have like 12 of these little round fluffy brushes of various brands, various sizes, various levels of fluffiness. I have a ton and I love them. So the color that I'm going to use is, if I can flip it around, is this color right here called Maple Syrup from the Brunch Date palette. Okay, so we've got that color on. The next color I'm going to use is going to be something pretty dark to kind of like smoke it out, per se. The color I'm going to use is going to be from the Naked palette. I'm going to take something, and then once again another little round brush like this, and I'm going to use the color Buck. It's this color right here. I'm going to use that color on the very outside and in the crease to kind of smoke it out a little bit. Okay, so we've got that color on the outside. Now, this next step is really like up to how you want your look. A lot of days I'll leave it like this, and a lot of days I'll do this next step. So the next step I use something a little bit darker, and that color would be the color Flip Out from the Pretty Vulgar palette. And I'm actually, once again, another fluffy brush. This one really just goes on the outer corner, I guess. For me, this gives me a pretty good natural look for my skin tone, for my eye color, and everything. So as of right now, that's gonna be it for the shadows. Keep them handy, but I keep them handy, but that's gonna be it for the shadow right now. So next, oh, my arm itches. So next I'm gonna do eyeliner. I don't do a crazy flick, I really just do like a line with the tiniest little flick at the end to give my eye some shape. Isn't it crazy how like putting a little black line on your eye literally makes you feel like you can conquer the world, or is that just me? Like I said, tiniest flick at the end just to give it a little shape, and then we're gonna go in and do the other side. I feel like I'm not crazy particular with my eyeliner. One, because I wear glasses, so I know people can't see it really well. And two, because I don't wear glasses when I do my makeup, I can't see it that well anyway. So maybe I'm not a good person to ask about how to do eyeliner. I'm not crazy specific because at any point in the day, either I can't see it or everyone else can't see it. So I just really get it on there. Alright, mascara is something I feel like people are so picky about, and it really depends on like if you wear fake lashes, if you have long lashes, if you have short lashes, if you have thick lashes, how much you want to spend. Like, it seriously depends. I'm gonna go in with my Bad Gal Bang mascara and do my lashes. Alright, so top lashes are done, and I'm only going to do top lashes for now. I'm going to save bottom lashes for a little bit later. So the next thing I'm finally going to do is my foundation. And right now, because it's summer, because it's hot, because my skin's not really struggling too bad, there's a couple spots, but my skin's not really struggling too bad, I'm going to use a BB cream. And the one that I use is the Tarte BB Tinted Treatment Primer. And I really like it. It's really good. It doesn't give a ton of coverage. So if you want something a little more heavy duty, I'd recommend the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation. This is what I use when I do a really full face, but right now I'm doing something more natural, so we're gonna do a BB cream. And my beauty blender is actually, I have a regular, like the Beauty Blender brand beauty blender, but I don't like it. It's just not my favorite. I just feel like it's not, I don't know, it's not good. I don't like it. So I actually have a Flower brand beauty blender. It's got this cool angle at the bottom and then of course the tip, and I really like it. So I'm just gonna take a little dollop of this on the back of my hand. Really no more than that. And we're gonna start bouncing it into the skin. More than anything, I like that this evens out my skin tone, and it doesn't like do anything crazy. I like that it just evens my skin tone out, but still leaves the natural tone of my skin. Alright, so we've got that applied nicely, and next we're gonna do concealer. So this is the Marc Jacobs Accomplice Concealer. It's so creamy, it's so high coverage, it's amazing. I literally don't even feel like I need to try another concealer ever. And that's the look. I feel like everyone looks crazy when they've just applied the concealer and haven't bounced it in yet. There's literally no one that looks normal. Alright, now that we've got concealer bounced in, I'm going to set the concealer now. What I use to set my concealer is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Powder, and I use this to set all my concealer, not just right under the eyes. It works really, really well. Now, only like 2 or 3 months ago, I did not really believe in putting on powder with a sponge. I thought that was weird. I thought that was a crazy idea. And I was like, sponges are not meant to apply powder. Like, what? But I have since grown up, changed my ways. I only apply like powder with sponges. Like, I only set everything with a sponge now because I have seen the light. Alright, so we've got the concealer all set. And now we're just going to do a little contour, highlight, blush. This part I'm just going to kind of go through quickly. I don't do anything crazy, so we're just going to kind of do it. So just highlight the parts of your face that you naturally get light to. I'm using a Milani highlighter and just a big puffy angled brush. Alright. And then next what I'm going to do is I'm going to contour. Once again, I'm going to use another angled brush and an Ulta Beauty brand contour palette. Once again, nothing crazy, just a touch of dimension to my face. But I definitely contour my nose because I feel like I have a weird nose for my face shape. Alright, and I don't do up in my forehead because I don't feel like I need to, really. And then I use a Laura Geller blush. It looks like this. It's in the color Tropic Hues. My face is a touch pink naturally, so I don't use a ton, just enough to not look dead. Alright, and last but not least, we're going to set all of this. I use the NYX HD Finishing Powder. and my wet beauty sponge to set it all. At this point, you're probably thinking, but Kate, you forgot about the bottom lashes. I did not. This is when I do my bottom lashes because this is when I found works for me to do my bottom lashes. So I take a little tiny brush. This is the brand Luxie, and it's just this itty bitty little brush. And I'm gonna dip in to the color Buck, and just gonna do one little line of it to kind of smoke out the bottom. Okay. And then we're gonna take that L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Waterproof Mascara, and we're gonna put that on the bottom lashes. All right, and then for lips, I am going to use the NYX Butter Gloss, if I can get it open with my nails. Oh, I got it. Come on. There we go. We're getting it. All right. And this is in the color Creme Brulee. Right, and we are good. That is my natural makeup look. All right, and that is my final look. It's just natural, something I wear to work and something I like. So this is my first video. Please give me some feedback on how I did, if it's too long, if I make it too short. I want to hear it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let me know how I did, and I will see you guys next time.